At the centre bounce, it'll be Carey and Colasanti. Colasanti gets the thump away. Taylor furthers it to the half-forward line. Colasanti again, coming to meet it. Liu can't pick it up on the half volley. Ace quickly in, nowhere to go. Slips it back to Michael Taylor. Forwards it up towards full forward, but Coolman in defence for the Bays. Takes the mark about 30 metres out from goal. Certainly a very ferocious start by the Redlegs in the first semi-final. Coolman goes to the outer side. A nice looking kick looking for Carey. Colasanti's there with him. The back of the pack was Taylor. First will be to the ball is Jenkins. Over the top was Weston. Ace again into the action and toned down. Oh, he's gone for holding the ball. Stemper. Jenkins on the outer side. Gives the run now to Michael Taylor. Going to be run down by Painter. Taylor gets a handball out. Menzel quickly in as Wynn. Menzel again. Can't get it to Barker over the top. Menzel still grovelling for it. Judy, I think the bodies are going in hard this afternoon. But then it is the knockout semi-final.
Umpire Charlesworth speaking to Johnny Wynn there, Daisy.
2-8, always in the thick of things. Colasanti and Carey. Colasanti, Carey, Michael Ace looking for Menzel, but in against the tide was popping. The ball is held to him, but the free kick will go the way of John Wynn.
He'd be happy about that too. He got nothing from the umpires last week. Let's hope he gets a better go today.
2-8 from the half-forward left flank. Wobbles one towards full forward. Gee, there was a lot of leaping going back there. More gymnastic than effective as Farquhar gets the ball around the corner. Here's a chance now for Jenkins. Kick for last week. 50 metres out, goes in. Oh, he's wobbled it short. Not a good kick. And Coolman comes in to take it.
Armour, the running Hoffman, not a good kick. He'll be met heavily by Johnny Painter. Does it well. Hodgman. Armour pulled off the ball without possession. And a bit of pushing and shoving. In fact, a bit more than pushing and shoving. Hodgman's off. In fact, Peter Mead has seen that. And has spoken to David Armour. Well, I wonder what action he's taken.
The left foot kick is a long one in towards full forward. Getting back is Winter. Weston there as well, but the handball is shot out to Nicholson, and he bounces his way out of defence. Long, looking for Ace. Farquhar there with him. Ace, great grab. What a fine mark, but he's come almost to the half-back flank to get it.
Michael Ace on towards Danny Jenkins, and he takes a fine falling mark. Jenkins with the ball, out of side ground, looking for a 15-metre penalty, but it's not coming. Goes to the half-forward line. Johnny Wynn. Graham Corns in there. Graham Corns to the half-forward line. Nicholson. Also 12-3. Nicholson playing the ball in front of him, does it cleverly. Will put the Redlegs into attack to the half-forward line. Up high there was Greenslade, couldn't control the mark, ball to ground. Players crashing the pack over there. And umpire Rick Charlesworth will call for a bounce down. His temper's become a little bit frayed. And once again, umpire Charlesworth speaking with Johnny Wynn.
I think Johnny Wynn's having word to umpire Charlesworth as well, Ken. There's plenty of fire down there. You can see it on camera. Johnny Wynn means business today. After last week, he wants to play a lot better today than he did then.
Lahu in the hands of the trainer as the bounce down comes towards Painter. Gallagher the run of the ball. Once again, hooks around the corner to the half-forward line. Coolman in front. Thomas there. Well played, Adler. Rebounds off towards Gary Menzel. He's unloaded by Copping. Comes out wide to Danny Jenkins. He can't handle the ball at the moment. He's harassed by Dean. Finally to Gallagher to the half-forward line, and Darwood, the loose player, completes the mark. Grant Darwood on the half-forward line. Plays on quickly. In towards full forward. Michael Ace. Also in there was Holst. Neither player able to take the mark. Ball to ground. Farquhar has an airy. Players crashing again. And a free kick has been found. This time to Robert Dean at centre half back for the middle.
Once again, John Wynn involved, and he is not happy with Charlesworth at the moment, and I think the feeling is mutual.
Robert Dean to the outer side. Carey into the action, takes the mark on the humming going on in there. Peering underneath the ball is Weston, but Nicholson gets there before him. Traps the ball well. Fires the ball back towards the half-back line. McFarlane. With him is Thomas, and the ball goes out of play on the half-forward left flank.
Norwood very lucky in the goal square. Stasenhausen into the back, I think, of Caldwell, and the umpire was on the spot. Very lucky.
Throw in on the forward side of centre for the Tigers. Carey, Colasanti. Carey playing for the free kick. Comes to Gallagher. To Thomas. In turn to Michael Taylor. Good football by Norwood on this occasion. Finds Menzel. He goes to the half-forward line. However, Norwood's forward line in raggers at the moment. Whoa! Coolman put down with a beautiful bump. Here's a chance for the Redlegs. Adler short to Hoffman. to boot Norwood's first goal, in fact their first score.
Coolman is hurt.
Well, there's no wonder. Daisy was he met heavy. Whoop. Boy, oh boy. Hoffman almost directly in front. Oh, it's a shocker. Back right across, in fact, out of bounds, and a throw-in will take away.
First semi-final football, hard and strong.
Plenty of tension, plenty of nerves. The thumb away goes to Leo. Here's a chance again for Hoffman if he can pick it up. Tries to get round the pack. Still can't get it. Picked up by Woodcock. Snapped towards goal. And I think Norwood has got its first score on the board. But it's a point to Roger Woodcock. Kicks long towards the half-forward line. Getting in there is Dowwood. That's a fine mark of defence. And he'll go out to kick long, no doubt. He's got Hoffman midfield unattended, but he's going to persist with the outer side. Norwood not having much luck out there. Caught! Not paid. Or the head down with Dean. Michael Taylor looking to pass off the handball to Jenkins. Now a chance. The running Michael Ace under pressure. Back to Gallagher. Centre half forward. Clear as Thomas. That's the way the ball will go. And decides, oh, he does play on. Hooks around the corner. And I think he's hooked too far. Or Peter Marker should have set himself.
Well, I suppose if he kicked the goal, you'd say no. But in hindsight, yes, he should have settled. But the wind is very difficult at the moment, Ian. It's very hard, I think, for Norwood, particularly going towards the south. Perhaps they're playing a little bit better than they appear to be.
Corman with the kick-off goes to the outer side ground. Corns. From the back was Dowwood. Corns appealing for the juggle mark, not paid by Peter Mead. To Woodcock in towards full forward. Adler. Corman, but the ball out of bounds and the throw-in will take place. Corman. Michael Ace. Looking for Albie Menzel in towards full forward. Menzel. Menzel only 30 metres from goal. On a very slight angle. Has a chance to boot Norwood's first major. We've played 21 minutes into the first quarter.
Ken, it's amazing. This diminutive little fellow, Menzel, drops into that centre-half forward area and continues to take marks.
Menzel now rags the ball. Will it come back? In fact, it won't. In fact, it's out of bounds on the full, so Norwood's kicking for goal at the moment is not good. Half forward, Michael Ace pushed off the ball by Farquhar. Does it beautifully, Michael Ace. Gives it to Woodcock. He in turn goes to Johnny Wynn, to Hoffman. Hoffman short to Michael Ace. And Michael Ace, this time only 30 metres from goal. Also on a very slight angle. Can he boot Norwood's first major?
Ken, I think if anyone can, it's Michael Ace. And what a great little player he is. I think he's the best half forward in South Australia at the moment, Michael Ace. Beautiful reader of the ball, plenty of balance and a good head on his shoulders.
Number 8 on your screen, Michael Ace. Kicks on its way. He's made no mistake with this one. That's through the middle. That's Norwood's first. Also Michael Ace's first. And Glenelg 2 straight goals. Lead Norwood 1-2, 22 minutes into the first.
Back in defence is Gallagher. Concedes ground, but hooks around the corner and hooks beautifully. Till didn't know it, but he could have run off. Gives the long handball out to Taylor. Flanked by Jenkins. They run the ball into attack. Jenkins to Taylor in the 1-2. Adler on the lead. Michael Taylor has a bounce now, kicks long in towards Hugo, but Corns there, oh, missed it. Hugo good shot for a goal, but he missed it. Oh, almost a certain goal. Michael Ace, green slate on the ground, Woodcock supervising the out.
Norwood coming out through Thomas Short. Menzel at centre half forward, some 40 metres from goal with a chance to kick Norwood's second goal.
I reckon that's where he plays, Ken. I reckon he's Norwood centre half forward.
Short to Gallagher. Gallagher only 30 metres from goal on a very, very slight angle. Philip Gallagher been a great player for the Redlegs this opening quarter. Kick number 7. There he is on your screen.
And also, Ken, the player that Norwood would most want to have the kick at this stage. His kicking for goal is better than most.
Well, Peter, he may make you eat your words. We'll watch it. Here we go. Philip Gallagher with the kick. The ball's on its way. Peter Markey, you're right again. Straight to the middle. That's his first. Norwood second. And Norwood hit the front. Norwood 2-2. Lead Glenelg 2 goals at the end of it for him. Regains it, however, to Stemper. Norwood using handball well at the moment. Teal with the ball. Time to steady towards centre wing. Michael Ace. On this occasion it's Michael Farquhar on the half-back line for the Tigers.
Surprisingly very little run in the Bayside at the moment. Underneath it is Dean. Oh, beautiful mark over the top by 2-8 himself, John Wynn. And don't the crowd love that? A very popular figure out at the parade. Have a look at the interception by Wynn. Dean getting underneath the ball, takes the ball off him, but Back live in towards full forward off the fingers of Dalwood. Can't get back to have another crack at it, and it rolls across the line. Flips out a handball. Ace takes his eyes off, recovers well, looks around the corner. Hoffman gets a bad bounce. Forced back towards Hodgman in defence. He'll need help. Can't get the kick away. Hoffman again. Ace, 30 metres out. Steady, shoots towards goal, but he's offline once more.
Oh, will it get the distance it won't? Peter Carey up high. Great mark by the Tigers by 3 points.
Carey and Colasanti. Carey in front, hooks the ball back towards Weston. Gallagher should get there first. Ball at a half-forward line. Teal can't get it clear, copping through. Winds it back towards Bradley, having his first run for the afternoon. He can't get it clear. Menzel with the opportunity now, midfield. Body's going in hard. McFarlane takes Menzel out of the play. The ball now on Norwood's half-forward line. Corns, Copping. Copping wants to pass off, can't get it clear. Taylor in, and once again we see the Scrambling play that dominated the first half. Fierce tackling and players finding it difficult to get the foot to the ball.
Very, very hard start to the third quarter, and both sides wanting to set up a break.
Carey grabbed it himself, slips it back to Hodgman around the corner. Leading is Stemper, takes the ball. Oh, took his eyes off it, but the umpires paid the mark. Once again we see a premature whistle on the ball. Stemper was obviously going to play on and drop the ball. Centre wing to the half-forward line. Corns will come over the back, can't bring it down. In there again, Carey the handball, wobbles away a kick of sorts towards Big Hugo. Tango's out of it. McFarlane pushed over the line by Armour, and the throw-in at the interchange gate. 2-8 Norwood, 3-5 Glenelg.
We've played 1.5 minutes into the third quarter. The throw-in front of the grandstand. Carey, Colasanti, the Hodgman. A hurried kick comes to David Armour. Armour to the half-forward line, but it's Graham Corns there. Plays on quickly. Johnny Wynn in there. LaHoo. Wynn playing the ball in front of him. Keeps it in play. Finally, David Holst goes for the safety of the line.
And it all day, but there's an infringement. It'll go the way of Glenelg. I think it could have been Woodcock who infringed at the centre square. Carey's kick is long, looking for Caldwell again. Oh, it's Weston under the action. Oh, it's a nice mark. Stemper's been given the job of marking the bay skipper, but under a lot of pressure he took a fine mark. 7th kick. A quiet one from the bay skipper. A lot of stitches in his leg after the game last week has seen him come up a little bit proppy. McInerney winds through the pack, got nowhere to go. They're hanging on to him. Taylor back in defence. Could have used Armour. Has the balance to get out of it himself. Kicks long back towards midfield. Holst. Woodcock over the back. Quickly in now. Wynn wants support. Oh, has a bounce. There's confidence for you. Puts it into no man's land. Out in front of Adler. Adler and Kuhlman. Back to Jenkins. Not a good handball. Jenkins under pressure. Bradley in with Adler. Coming to join Sorotsky to the half-forward line. Not well directed. And in defence, Robert Dean.
Robert Dean goes towards the centre of the ground. Twiggy Caldwell, Teal in there. Teal using his bulk. Finally it's Peter Carey, blocked by Thomas. Twiggy Caldwell out towards Hodgman. Will it sit? Well tackled by Gallagher. Great tackle. Play allowed to go on to McFarlane. Once again coming out towards Twiggy Caldwell. He's opened this third quarter well. Going short. Michael Taylor attempting a diving mark. 12-3. Well tackled. Holding the ball. Great tackle, David Armour. Great tackle. David Armour on the defensive side of centre. Glenelg starting to look good in this third term.
I'd love to know a reasonable interpretation of giving a chance to get rid of the ball.
I agree with the umpire. Peter Carey a judge on that occasion. Stephen Copping coming out towards Woodcock. Hurried handball away, and LaHoo lets the ball roll out of bounds on the half-forward line for the Redlegs.
Very, very crucial part of the game here. Glenelg 9 points up, and Norwood trying desperately to get back into it.
Carey, Colasanti, free kick to Colasanti on the half-forward line. The big fella appealing for the mark, and umpire Rick Charlesworth in support. Glenelg 4-5, Norwood 2-8. The kick in towards full forward. Icalace up there was high was Dean. Here's a chance for Norwood. Sorotsky into an open goal. And makes no mistake. He boots his first, Norwood's third. 4-5, lead Norwood 2-8.
David Sorotsky, one thing he's got is plenty of pace, and that's what Norwood need out there. They've got a few players that are injured. On replay, Big Hugo Colasanti kicks the ball forward. Graham Corns is back in defence. The pack goes up. Norwood, number 1, takes it off hands, and the slick hand out to David Sorotsky, and 6 points followed. Brilliant football. Norwood back into it, 3-8, trailing by 3 points to Glenelg's 4-5.
Carey and Colasanti. Carey gets the tap towards Hodgman. The bounce is bad, favours him the second time. A long one. McVicker and Stazanowski. Stazanowski almost can't find it. The handball slipped out from Winter. It goes back to Armour. A long kick to the Laken half-forward line. Hayes gets a shocking bounce. Farquhar's got to go back for it. Woodcock's there. Dean in defence. Under pressure. The handball is not good. Michael Ace, 30 metres out. Goes for home and he's put it. Fine goal to Michael Ace. His first. And Norwood 2 in 2 minutes. And they hit the front in the Mothball semi-final. 4-8 to the Bays 4-5.
Won't come better than that. Michael Ace is the best half-forward in South Australia, and this just proves it. Takes it off hand after a brilliant tackle, and with kick number 11, kicks goal number 2. Brilliant football, Michael Ace, to put the legs back in front. 4-8 to Glenelg 4-5.
Gee, the game's really come alive. Back at the centre bounce. Colasanti, Carey. Colasanti with a second tap to Taylor. Body's going in hard. Bradley, McInerney, Holst towards centre half forward. Weston, Stemper over the top of the pack. Armour from behind. Ball to Stemper. Beautifully done, Frankie Stemper. Towards centre half forward. Menzel. Wahoo, Menzel. Here's Michael Ace again into an open goal. Will he kick it? He does. He beats him third and Norwood are back in front. Norwood 5-8. Lead Glenelg 4-5.
Magnificent Norwood, magnificent Ace, and magnificent
Gallagher to the half-forward line. Ace again, the danger man. Bradley comes to meet that player. Got him high. Free kick. Ace, a brilliant 5 minutes, has kicked 2 goals and about to put the legs into attack again. Ace wobbles one to the half-forward line, not well directed. Adler charges to meet it. Gets round Coleman, or almost got round him. Hooks it back towards Michael Taylor. Fine marks by the red-leg skipper. Norwood full of confidence, full of running, making a great surge at the opening 9 minutes of this third quarter.
Michael Taylor doesn't kick many in, but this one is as important as any shot he's had for goal. Ken Cunningham just mouthed a word to me. He said the Bays are gone, and he might well be right. Let's hope not.
Thank you, Peter Marker.
Taylor's 12th kick to the golf course end, and the umpire starts to move way off to his right. Does his own little act behind the goals and indicates 1 point. Norwood 5-9, Glenelg 4-5.
This is the best quarter of football so far, and both sides are searching for a break, and at the moment Norwood doing a little bit better.
Keith Coolman, the kick-off towards the outer side ground. The pack flies up high. Bradley, Johnny Wynn, Farquhar. Wynn with a handball, not a good one. Players coming out, falling over the ball. Bradley coming out of defence for the Tigers. Goes to the half-forward line, looking for Weston, but great defensive work by Frankie Stemper. Thumps the ball out of bounds, and a throw-in will take place.
And Paul Weston is the player that Glenelg need to get back into the game. He's had 2 pretty good touches this quarter, but I'd like to see him back in the middle.
The throw-in, Colasanti, copping up high from behind the pack. Jenkins, play allowed to go on towards Colasanti, copping to Bradley, towards McInerney. Players falling over the ball. David Armour and umpire Charlesworth once again calls for a bounce down outer side ground. Norwood 5-9, 39, lead Glenelg 4-5, 29, a margin of 10 points, almost 10 minutes into the third quarter. Colasanti, Carey with the tap. Michael Taylor onto the left boot, but well blocked by Bradley, and the ball out of bounds, and once again a throw-in will take place. Big crowd here at Football Park in the vicinity of 30,000. Carey, Colasanti, the 2 big guns. Gallagher dumped again towards Bradley. Back turns cleverly onto his right foot. The handball towards Dean. Dean will put the Tigers into attack. It's not a good kick towards centre half forward. Leon Quiltry, a courageous mark on the attacking side of centre. Onto the left boot, in towards centre half forward. Robbie Walter on the lead. Behind was Steele, thumped away cleverly. McInerney, Menzel overruns the ball, and finally the ball once again out of bounds on the half-forward line for the Tigers as Norwood lead 5-9, Glenelg 4-5.
The worried coach of Glenelg, John Halbert, looking at mothballs unless his team rises a little bit. Menzel and McInerney over to Caldwell, throws out straight to Teal. Weston is the tackler, and Teal goes for the safety of the line.
She's on, Daisy, she's on.
Players getting a little hot under the collar behind the play. Stemper, Taylor, Teal, Twiggy Caldwell. A very important game for both teams. In fact, it's the last one for 1980 for one of them.
The Bays back into it.
4 points the difference. The bounce down. Colasanti to Hodgman off the ground towards the half-forward line. Nicholson, Weston in there hard. Players going in hard now, and umpire Peter Mead will call for a bounce down at centre half-forward for Glenelg. They trail by 4 points. 12 and a half minutes into this third quarter, and a vital one for both sides. Carey with the thump towards Weston. Coming out, Winter. Copping in there. Twiggy Caldwell was the player. Finally it's Stemper. Coming out of defence towards centre wing. Corns, the thump away. Michael Taylor pushes towards Jenkins. However, it's Bradley for the Tigers. The long handball towards Corns. He gains the ball, but once again runs out of bounds and a throw-in on the half-forward line. Norwood 5-9, lead Glenelg 5-5, 13 minutes into this third quarter. Colwell, Colasanti from behind, the tap down towards Albie Menzies. He ducks the head. The Bay supporters scream holding the ball, but umpire Peter Mead decides to have a bounce down. Very tight, hard first semi-final here at Football Park. Colwell, Stemper once again, the kick out of defence towards centre wing. Player who's played superbly today, Michael H. Probably the best half-forward flanker in South Australia, as Peter Marcus said earlier. At centre wing. Comes towards the centre of the ground. The lead on from Woodcock. From behind. Copping, however. Will boot the Bays back into attack. But it's all Norwood, and Bruce Winter at centre half-back completes the mark. He comes across the ground once again to Michael H. Well down from his half-forward flank. In fact, he's at centre half-back on the half-back line. Kick number 15 for Michael H. Boots the ball towards centre wing. Colasanti, Carey, Corns. Plays on quickly. Ball out towards Hodgman. The long handball to Stephen Copping. Short, the lead on from Robbie Walter. Can't handle it. David Armour. Back towards the half-forward line. Here's a chance for the Redlegs. Danny Jenkins completes the mark. Play on is the call. Taylor with the crumbs. In towards full forward. Adler. Another mark. In the square, should not miss. Only 10 metres from goal in opposition to Keith Coleman. Paul Adler, number 16.
Adler, first kick for goal, or first set shot for goal, and Keith Coleman has had his measure. Adler is a short player who likes to run around a lot. On that occasion, he caught the ball. This could be his first.
Straight through the middle, that's his first. And Norwood goes further in front. Norwood 6-9, lead the Tigers 5-5, 15 minutes in
quarter. Winter goes to the outer side. He's got Dowwood out there. McVicker is with him. Jenkins will fly from behind. Gets his hands to it, doesn't complete it. Bradley, the handball is not good. Straight to his opposing player in armour. His handball back to Michael Taylor, taken by Winter. The bounce could go against Aish. It does not Aish. It was Wynn. Good tackle, however. Couldn't get clear. Copping. Farquhar. A long handball to Corns. Right into the ground from behind there by Armour. And the free kick will go to Graham Corns on the half-forward right flank. The Bays down by 9 points. It's difficult to say which way the wind is favouring or going. A long kick in towards full forward. Weston behind. Caldwell there as well. Taken away by Stemper. Grabbed very high and free kick. And Frankie Stemper's having a great match for the legs.
And Michael Farquhar in trouble on the far side of the ground for Glenelg.
Frankie Stemper, the former Woodville player, at centre half-back for the Norwood side. Kick number 12. Not a good kick. Stephen Copping should have taken the mark. Gallagher with the crumbs. A hurried handball away. McFarlane in there for the Tigers. He overruns the ball. In fact, can't handle it. And the ball out of bounds, and the throw-in will take place on the half-forward line for Glenelg.
Moment of truth for the Bays. 17 minutes in to the third quarter, and they're trailing by 10 points.
Up high was Weston behind. Thomas the run of the ball. Hurlburn not in possession, and David Holst gives away the free kick. Keith Thomas on the defensive side of centre. Will put the Redlegs into attack. Goes to the half-forward line. Wynn. Up high there was Dean. Ball to ground. Michael H. Here he is again. In towards full forward. The kick's on its way. Adler should have taken the mark. He dropped it. Pulled off the ball was Malcolm Greenslade, and in fact wins the free kick.
Adler won't forget that one. Possessions in final football are very, very hard to get. That wasn't all that hard. should have caught the ball and he'd be kicking for goal right now. Norwood leading by 10 points, 18 minutes in.
Malcolm Greenslade, the former Sturt player, with the ball in the back pocket, kicking the Tigers out of trouble. Comes to the half-back flank. Hodgman, but it's Doward. All Norwood there at the moment. A misunderstanding between him and Graham Corns. And Grant Doward on the half-forward line takes the mark. Lead on from Adler, ignored by Doward. Number 1 on your screen, Grant Doward. 15 metres from goal, goes across the face. Big Hugo in the pocket, thumped on. Woodcock onto his left boot into Ward's goal! He's popped it through. Magnificent goal, Roger Woodcock. That's his first. And Norwood 7-9, boot away. Glenelg 5-6. Great action on Channel 9.
Roger Woodcock threatens to do that. There's Dalwood kicking the goal. Colasanti comes out on the lead. The spoil is good. And it's Roger Woodcock. Dynamite from that position. And he'd probably kick 9 out of 10 of those. And what a time to kick one. Norwood 7-9, Glenelg 5-6. The margin at the moment, 15 points.
McVicker and Doward. Doward gets up higher to Michael Taylor. Holds chances, his arm does it well, but it's too far back there for Dean. Menzel in, throws out a handball, not well directed. McFarlane back in defence. Gallagher the tackler. McFarlane handballs out in front of himself. Menzel in, but can't keep it in play.
That was a great run by Philip Gallagher. He ran 50 yards on that occasion to stop the ball getting out of the Norwood forward line.
McVicker and Doward hooks it back to Copping. Under pressure. Hodgman. Corn. Now the base can run it into attack. Dankers is going to run him down. Forced him to Grubber and it wasn't a good one. Weston. Armour. The handball back towards Doward. Sets it up for Armour again. Runs him into trouble. Thomas at centre wing. Dispossessed but illegally. And free kick at centre wing. Thomas to put the legs into attack. To the half forward line. Taylor out there. Edges out to Hodgman. Taylor goes towards goal, but he's going to bring the ball back and give a free kick to Hodgman.
Wasn't much in that one, Ian. It was the umpires will let you go so far, and I think on that occasion Michael Taylor went a fraction too far, but a bit unlucky.
Obviously he has, Peter. He's lost the ball and Kimmy Hodgman's going to get it at centre half back, but gee, the Bays haven't got any run. They're trailing by 15 points and they're going to have to find a lift from somewhere. Norwood doing it brilliantly. Hodgman goes long. Oh, not a well-directed kick straight to Gallagher. Caldwell late on the scene, gives a chance now to Bradley who can't get through. Gallagher comes out with a ball. Nicholson dispossessed. McInerney closes on that player, but Nicholson runs it out of play on the outer side.
Almost 21 minutes into the third term and Norwood 7-9 lead the Tigers 5-6. A throw in on the outer side ground. McVicker, Colasanti, Johnny Wynn. McVicker from behind the pack, but it's all Norwood. Sorotsky is the player. Boots the ball to the half forward line, but it's out of bounds on the full, and the free kick will be taken by Kimmy Hodgman. Hodgman, number 24, on the half back line. The Tigers in real bother at the moment. Norwood taking the game right away from them. Kick number 14 by Hodgman to the half forward line. Doward from behind the pack. McInerney with the crumbs, a shocking handball. McVicker overruns the ball. Norwood again to that will-o-wisp. Michael Ace into Armour. Armour towards full forward. Here's a chance for Norwood over the top of Adler. Will it sit over his head? Greenslade knocking the ball on and finally out of bounds in the full forward line there for Norwood. 21 and a half minutes into this third quarter, and it's all Norwood at the moment, leading by 15 points in front of this big crowd here at Football Park. Can the Tigers get back? That's the question. Colasanti, McVicker from behind, thumps down towards Dean, towards the half-back line. McFarlane, the ball out of bounds once again on the half-back line for the Redlegs. Umpire Rick Charlesworth and Peter Mead in charge today. In the first half, a little scrambling, but this third quarter's produced some great football, particularly by the legs. The throw-in will take place. McVicker, also Wynn, Doward in front, over the top of the pack, copping in hard. Sorotsky for Norwood, towards centre half forward. Going back there was Dean Menzel. The long handball out to Taylor. Here's a chance for the legs. The kick's on its way. Will it get the distance? It has had the accuracy. That's Michael Taylor's first goal. And Norwood 8 goals 9. Lead Glenelg 5-6.
The Tigers in trouble. There's no doubt about that at all. There's Here's Menzel, wanted the ball more, got the handball out. Taylor had Aish if he wanted him, but backed his own ability. He's got plenty of that with kick number 16. He brought up his first goal, and the legs are doing it well. 8-9, Glenelg in a lot of trouble. They haven't got a winner at the moment. 5-6, they've got to get a lift from somewhere in day.
Yes, Peter Marker, and they've hurried Carey back onto the ball against Doward. Normally it's Carey and Colasanti. McInerney too slow to get rid of the ball. Socket into attack by Weston. Stemper beautifully rebounds out of defence, goes long to the half-forward line, winning the action. At the back of the pack will be Liu, who gets a nice sit. Smothered off the boot by Michael Aish, the complete footballer. Clear as Menzel again. If the ball sits for him, he's in business. Slips it over to Gallagher, into the open goal. And what's the result? The legs have got another one. Norwood can do no wrong. Magnificent football with Gallagher's second goal. And they have kicked in this quarter 7 goals. 9-9 the legs, leading the base. 5.
Carey, Doward. The thump down. Gallagher has an airy. Graham Corns bursts through the pack. Gives it to Tricky Colwell. He can't handle it. It's like a hot potato. Hoffman out to Thomas. The legs go forward again. The half-forward line. Holtz, Woodcock. Woodcock. The bounce. Weaves around. The long handball. Towards Thomas. Back to Woodcock. In turn to Wynn. To Thomas. Great football, Norwood. And Sorotsky on the half-forward line as Wynn and Carey have an altercation behind play. Sorotsky on to Michael Aish on the half-forward line, and Norwood, as Peter Marker said, can do no wrong.
Graham Corns looks like he got a cork thigh out of that clash with Teal about a minute ago.
Michael Aish on the half-forward line. Norwood 9-9, Glenelg 5-6. Michael Aish, number 8. Not a good kick in towards full forward. It's all Glenelg and Jimmy LaHoo on the last line. Takes the falling mark. There's Graham Corns getting treatment for that cork thigh, as Peter Marker said a few moments ago. LaHoo to the half-back flank. Carey, Doward. They're the player able to take the mark. Bradley in there. Players going in hard. And umpire Charlesworth will call for a bounce down on the half-forward line for the Norwood side, doing all the attacking as we go into the time-on period of this third quarter. Bounce down, Carey, Colasanti, Sorotsky, pulled off the ball, Aish, LaHoo, McFarlane, but once again, umpire Charlesworth has no option but to call for a bounce down. 26 minutes into the third quarter, and what a beauty it's been for the Redlegs. Carey, the tap, towards Dean, Thomas, play at a standstill at the moment. Glenelg out of defence towards centre wing. It's all Norwood. Can't Doward, a lone player, completes the mark. Doward at centre wing.
Menzel gave the lead, but he's going in short to Michael Taylor. Can't quite get there. Supported by Thomas. Taylor again. Chips away to the half-forward line. Woodcock the big lead. Menzel comes out with the ball. Bradley claims him. Menzel thought he'd marked the ball, but the umpire rules the bounce.
That had to be holding the ball if he was fair dinkum.
9-9 to 5-6. Wynn and Carey. Wynn thumps it away to Jenkins. Bradley, Woodcock. Aish is clear. That's the way the ball will go. And the youngster's got it 50 metres out into the pocket to Jenkins. It's closer, a more acute angle, but Jenkins with a set shot at goal and back to Woodcock. The Bays chasing jumpers in this third quarter as Norwood run rings around their defence.
Last weekend, Norwood kicked 9 goals in the third quarter. So far this week, they've kicked 7.
A chance for 8 through Roger Woodcock, who seldom misses from 30 metres out. Drop punt underway. And I think I've marked him offline 1.910 Norwood, 5-6 Glenelg into time on of the third quarter. And even now, Neil Baum won't allow himself even a semblance of a smile.
Keith Coolman played on, but was made to be brought back by Peter Mead. Once again, Coolman goes to the outer side ground. Looking for Carey. Behind was Doward. Over the top of the pack to Bradley. Ball thrown out to Peter McInerney. He taps out towards Dean. Menzel, the tackler. Pulled off the ball towards Carey again. Menzel to Aish. Haven't they been fine players in this third quarter? Michael Aish had Woodcock loose. Holtz in late. But it's Woodcock. Directly in front, only 30 metres from goal. Will not miss. Roger Woodcock, the left footer. 30 metres from goal. Directly in front.
A bold prediction, Kenny did 30 seconds ago, or maybe a minute.
Will not miss, Daisy, will not miss.
I think I'd rather see him on the run, running around on that left foot, but I'll back him.
Roger Woodcock, the kick's on the way. I've put the mockers on him. In fact, he's booted it out of bounds. You wouldn't want to know about it. That's most unlike Roger Woodcock, and a free kick will be taken by Keith Coolman.
And Michael Ace still setting Norwood up. His football today has been magnificent. You can't talk too much about Michael Ace. Sidestepping, kicking with both feet, handballing with both hands and kicking goals. He's really set the Norwood forward line up.
Are you surprised they haven't moved young Michael Farquhar, Peter?
I don't think they've got anyone as capable as Michael Farquhar to stop him, Ken.
Coolman with the kick-off. The half-back flank. Michael Taylor held by Carey. Play allowed to go on to Menzel. Here's another chance. Has an airy. Michael Ace diving it over the ball. But umpire Peter Mead will call for a bounce down at centre-half forward for the Redlegs, who've booted 7 goals in this third quarter. There's a shot of the big crowd here at Footy Park, somewhere in the vicinity of 30,000. Copping with the big thump, comes to Gallagher. He goes to Sorotsky, weaves his way through the pack towards Michael Taylor, in towards goal. Has he kicked the goal? No, slightly offline. A minor score, and Norwood go to 9 goals 11, leading the Tigers 5 goals 6. And we've played almost 30 minutes into this third quarter. Back with Keith Coolman to the outer side ground. Carey up high, down with the spoiler to Danny Jenkins for crumbs. In high to the half-forward flank, Dean up high. A loose ball, a long handball. Adler in towards full forward. Greenslade to the half-back flank. Farquhar, Ace. Unfairly penalised was Michael Ace. And Michael Farquhar the free kick.
Eking out the seconds at the dying moment of this third quarter, which could have been a match-winning quarter for the Redlegs. Jenkins maintains balance beautifully. Got no one to kick to. He's going to have to go for a gallon of himself. Kick number 18 to Jenkins. Back towards the half-back line, or half-forward line it goes. McInerney. Coolman rebounding strongly from full-back. Intercepted beautifully as Jenkins. Now Norwood to go into attack through Ace. The Bays making mistakes in defence. 20 kicks to Michael Ace. Directed towards Menzel. Woodcock. Menzel in the pocket. Wants support. Gets it now from Sorotsky. Back to Menzel. Dummies beautifully. Heads towards goal. And I think he's kicked it offline. 1 point only. But Norwood supreme at the moment.
Too easy for Norwood at the moment, Ian. They're going forward, and on almost every occasion they're having a shot for goal. Glenelg defence, ragged.
9 goals 12, Norwood lead Glenelg 5-7. The kick-off to the outer side ground. Over the top was Carey. Recovers. No one to support him. Taps it on towards Farquhar. Back to Carey. Out to McFarlane. It sits for him. A free kick holding the ball. And young Michael Ace, who's had a great game, as we've said many times. There's the siren to end the third quarter, and Norwood 9 goals 12. Lead the Tigers 5-7.
Palasanti. Line ball at the bounce, breaking through Copping. Jenkins dispossessed. Carey legged. Umpire not sighted. With a long one out to Michael Taylor. A chance for the legs now. The skipper goes with a long boot up towards Adler. Searching for it is Liu. Menzel there as well. Back in defence, Greenslade coming out with an Adler. Quickly across now to 280. Has a shot at the big white ones, and I think he's bottled it. Oh, what a comeback. And the hero of the parade bombs through his first goal. And Norwood answered Glenelg's challenge in the first minute and a half of the final quarter.
Incredible start. Michael Taylor broke the pack and kicked 60 metres to full forward. Adler was on the end of it. And Johnny Wynn is standing somewhere around about centre-half forward at the moment. There goes the handball back to him. And he kicked truly his first goal, and he's played a lot better this week than he did last.
Carey, Colasanti. Well, I can't see why Carey will get that kick, can he?
An elbow right to chops.
Now I can. Thank you, KG. The ball on the half-forward line. Jenkins through. McInerney. This time a free kick has been picked up again. Who's it going to this time? I'm not guessing too well today. Danny Jenkins on the half-back line.
That was my guess.
No, you're wrong too. I think it's going to Winter or Danny Jenkins. 10 out of 10, Peter Marker. It's Jenkins on the half-back line. Long kick to the half-forward line. Win there. Farquhar underneath the ball. Bradley. Ace tackles from behind and pushes that crowd on the back. That's better, Ian. Now you're in tune. And the free kick goes goes to David Bradley, half-back flank.
Bradley will kick the Tigers out of defence. Comes to centre wing. Copping in front. Should have taken the mark. Dropped, however. Recovers. The long handball to no one in particular. Big Peter Carey. Crashes the pack. Back to Stephen Copping. He can't handle the ball at all. Handballs to Big Hugo. He goes through. Dummies beautifully, Hugo. On the half-forward line. Over the top of the head of David Holt. Michael Farquhar wins the free kick, quite rightly so. Held by Johnny Win on in possession. Michael Farquhar moved to centre half back in this last quarter. Kick number 9 towards the centre of the ground. Graham Corns completes the mark. Plays on quickly. Has Stephen Copping loose and short. He takes a falling mark. The Bays go into attack. Peter McInerney in the pocket. Thumped by Bruce Winter. Menzel pulled off the ball without possession and wins the free kick. Albie Menzel from centre half back.
Played a fine game for Norwood. He certainly enhanced his stature as a player in these final series, or this final series. It's his 10th kick. 8th handball. He goes long to the outer side. Stazanowski playing centre wing. There's a move for you. William McVicker. The two speedsters on the outer side. Stazanowski. Holt in, Stazza there as well. McVicker watches and the ball out of play on the outer side.
This first 5 minutes has been tough and Norwood have the lead, but Glenelg are fighting back.
McVicker, but it's straight to Taylor, not a well-directed tap at all. Off the side of Taylor's boot. Just in play, Liu under pressure. The handball goes straight to Gallagher. Does it well to get out of trouble. Hooks back towards the half-forward line. Almost there was Greenslade. Copping. Carey grabbed high. Against Wynn, and the free kick will go to the Bay Ruckman. Around the corner, finds Farquhar, close to 10 metres. Farquhar and turn to Corns. He's going to be run down by Jenkins. Great mark! Boy, he played on. Put Ace under pressure. The youngster plays it coolly. Loses it now to Copping. The running player is Corns. Also Caldwell. Well done, Michael Ace. Beautifully played. Oh, he lost it. Not back into the action. And he's getting a standing ovation from some of the Norwood supporters. What maturity. Just have a look at this replay. What a tackle. Still in it again. But back line. The Bays at centre wing. David Bradley at the bottom of the pack. 12-3. Out to Hodgman. In turn, too far for Holt. Wynn tunnel balls it. Gallagher can't pick it up. Now he can. Cleverly over to Roger Woodcock. He's clear. Over the half-forward line. Goes in long, but the kick will be offline. And 1 point to the Redlegs. Doing it well at the 7-minute mark of the final quarter.
Magnificent work by Gallagher on that occasion, and there's Neil Baum. He would be very jittery at the moment.
Coleman with the kick-off towards the centre of the ground. Caldwell. McFarlane. Beautiful handball away then by Taylor. Gives Thomas a run of the ball. He's hotly pursued by McFarlane. But Norwood win the free kick. Keith Thomas at centre wing. Thomas will put the Norwood side into attack. Kick number 12. The lead's on from Adler. Great lead, great kick. Good football, Norwood. In front of Malcolm Greenslade at centre half forward. Adler in towards full forward. Coleman, Grant Darwood over the top. Ball to ground, Menzel trying to crash the pack. Comes out to Michael Ace. Here's a chance for Norwood onto his left foot. Hit the post. And a minor score to the Redlegs. They go to 10-14, leading Glenelg 7-7, and we've played almost 8 minutes into the final term.
Norwood's forward work has improved a lot as the game has worn on.
Coleman kicks in long, almost makes the centre circle. Waiting for the ball is 12-3. He's clear, midfield. Gets out the pass now to the lead of McVicker. Stazanowski there with him. One-on-one back in defence. Stazza does it well. Hooks around the corner, looking for Gallagher. Out at centre wing, scoops it up beautifully. Thomas is the running player. If it sits there in business. Beautifully run down by McFarlane. Calls. An equally fine tackle. In goes Stemper. Gets the kick away towards the half-forward line. Menzel under pressure. No, it's not Stemper. Actually, it's Noble on the ground, having his first run for the afternoon. But the umpire calls for a bounce on the half-forward line. Carey and Colasanti. Line ball. McFarlane shepherds. Sorotsky on the lead is Adler. Greenslade there as well. Adler centimetres inside the line. Greenslade working the ball hard towards the line. One-on-one. Player starting to get tired. And the ball is forced out of play.
play to be thrown in the full forward line for the Redlegs. They lead 10-14, Glenelg 7-7, 9 minutes into the final term. In fact, it's a bounce down. Carey, Doward, and the free kick has been found. And it's going Norwood's way to Grant Doward. And Peter Carey not all that happy. Doward in the forward pocket, some 40 to 50 metres from goal. Crowd 27,929 as Ian Day takes the money. Doward in the forward pocket. With a chance now for the Redlegs. The kick's on its way. It's coming back. Hasn't come back enough and through for a minor score. The Redlegs advance to 10-15. Glenelg 7-7. And time running out for the Tigers, Peter.
Yes, they've had a quick charge early on, but they might be running out of momentum at the moment.
Corman with a kick-off. Comes to the half-back flank. Lahu in pursuit. But the ball will beat him out of bounds, and once again a throw-in the forward pocket for the Norwood side.
Peter, I got the impression that they haven't had a great deal of momentum right from the start. They haven't really run well all day.
I think you're right, Ian, and Peter Carey hasn't been able to get into it. I think that's been a big problem.
Holding the ball decision against Jim Liu will go the way of Albie Menzel. And the blonde-headed rover from too far out, I would think. He's a good 50 metres. And if anything, kicking into the breeze. Puts it in the air towards the square. Colasanti has been paid the mark. Ace off the fingers in any case. I don't think Corns can get off the ground. As Peter Marker mentioned in that third quarter, appeared to get a corky. Didn't get set at all. And Big Hugo has got a chance to perhaps sew up the game at the 11-minute mark of this final quarter. He's 20 metres out, virtually in front, and would win a popularity competition out at the parade any day. Towards the lake end. Maybe he wouldn't now. A point, he wobbled one through. 10-16 Norwood. Glenelg 7-7, but the legs in control.
Back with Keith Coleman, the fullback for the Tigers. 11 minutes into the final term. And time running out in season 1980 for the Tigers. The kick-off coming to grandstand side. Bradley up high, as was Peter Carey. Big Hugo crashes the pack. A handball to Jenkins. Snared by Bradley. Tackled by Sorotsky. And in fact, the free kick will go to the Norwood player, Sorotsky. I couldn't see it, but umpire Peter Mead could. The hurry kick by Sorotsky. I think he's pierced the middle. And that could be the seal. Right through the middle. That's his second. And Norwood 11-16. Put away from the Tigers. 7.
Norwood far too much run. Copping. The Corns lose it. McFarlane's one player who's run well. Has to do it all on his own as he goes to the half-forward line. One of Norwood's top 2 players to Stemper there. Teal's unloaded. Corns now trying to lift himself in the dying moments, but he can't keep his feet. Thomas around the corner to Gallagher. Menzel is clear midfield. The ball goes over that player's head. Over the top comes Fark. Liu didn't want it. Ran him into awful trouble. Gone for holding the ball. And the base can't take a trick. Jim, who's going to take the free kick? Here it is. What's the great mark by Liu? Correction, it's Farquhar. We didn't go far enough. The handball was a shocker, and the free kick goes the way of John Wynn. His kick is high to the half-forward line. Michael Aish in front. Will win a free kick. Gee, they're getting a few in front of goal. And this one to Michael Aish is 30 metres out in front. The youngster has kicked 3. A brilliant performer. His 23rd kick. And must be very close to best on ground, if not a certainty. Had 5 handballs as well. Chips away, I think he's hooked it offline. A point, but Norwood with the ball hemmed in their forward line. In no danger, 11-17 to Glenelg 7-7.
Back with Coolman. Comes to the grandstand side. Carey, Colasanti set themselves over their heads. A loose ball, Michael Taylor towards Jenkins. A handball out towards Stemper. He's played a boomer for the Redlegs today. Can he kick a goal? Will he kick a goal? He has kicked the goal. What a great game by Frankie Stemper. That's his first, and that's the sealer. Norwood 12-17, the Tigers 7-7.
Frank Stemper's first ever finals match in a really good career. Former captain of the Woodville club. Number 26, the bearded Stemper, runs through the centre line and kicks the Redlegs' 12th goal. He has played well. He's had the job on Weston for most of the day, and you can't do much better than to keep Paul Weston to the number of possessions as he's had. Well done, Frank Stemper.
Colasanti, a great job in containing Weston. Menzel, 12-3, through goes McFarlane, but leaves the ball behind. Gallagher back in defence. Armour, Jenkins, under pressure at centre-half back, and the umpire calls for a bounce. 12-17 to 7-7. A large proportion of the crowd starting to move. The Bays could be mothballs in 1980. Weston can hardly range the gallop around the corner. Stazanowski, Weston could almost bounce it through, but Stazza has the pace to get back. Jenkins gives the lead. Half-back flank, Caldwell late on the scene. Jenkins goes for the safety of the line. A throw in on the half-forward right flank. The Bays not a winner in attack all day. Norwood just far too good. Carey, unable to exert his normal influence. Colasanti pushes the player out of it. And Peter Carey gets a Bronx cheer and a free kick. I'm not sure which order. A long kick in towards full forward. McVicker's a flyer. Menzel looking for Taylor. Can't get a kick away. Might butter up again. He does so. Around the corner to Aish. Bradley there. At the second grab, the youngster takes it, plays on. Sets up the rounding Gallagher. The legs have got another chance here. Pushes out a pass on the lead angler. Fine mark. Nothing that Green Slate could do could cut off that pass. And once again, we saw the combination of Aish and Gallagher, and they've controlled the situation for most of the afternoon. Adler, 45 metres out, slight angle, little breeze. A long kick at goal is coming back with a boot. And if it wasn't over before, it is now. You can put your glasses down. Adler's second goal. And do I see a semblance of a smile on Neil Barnes' face? But one thing is for sure, he's got a berth in the preliminary final in 1980.
A useful outfit. The odds are start to shorten. Norwood capable of beating the other two sides for sure.
Stazza with the kick-off, coming to the grandstand side. The pack up high off hands. Stemper pulled off the ball without possession, wins the free kick, and he certainly played a great game today. Kicks towards centre wing. Noble, Corns. Players fall over the ball. Jenkins, also Marshall, but umpire Rick Charlesworth calls for a bounce down at centre wing. Right in front of the stand here at football.
By how much the legs? A fine teep performance. It's a hackneyed phrase, but today it's true of the Redlegs. Stazanowski, Adler 30 metres clear. The Bays appear to have given up. They certainly won't chase anymore. A few of them will, of course. Woodcock, just the attack side of the centre circle. Kick number 10. Thomas makes the run, but Woodcock goes long. Michael Aish underneath the ball, but it's Leahu to Caldwell at centre wing. Jenkins and Caldwell. Caldwell gets clear, kicks high to the half-forward line. Armour sets himself. 12-3. Armour, and a bounce down on the half-forward line. Crowd has gone very, very quiet indeed. 27,929, although it's possibly down to about half that many now. 13-18 to 8-11. The sands of time running out for Glenelg in 1980 as we're 27 minutes into this final quarter. Michael Taylor, Marshall 3-on-1, about the odds all day. No run in the legs of the Bays at all, and Norwood have done it brilliantly.
The bounce down will take place by umpire Peter Mead on the half-forward line for the Redlegs. Weston, Dowell, the two number ones. Up they go, ball to ground. Armour, Noble in there. Menzel pulled off the ball. 12-3, out of bounds, and a throw-in once again will take place. Half-forward flank for the Redlegs. Norwood 13-18, lead the Tigers 8-11, 27 minutes into the final term. There's Neil Baum, and what a great job he's done with the Redlegs. They look gone halfway through the year, and here they are now going into the big prelim final. Throw in, McVicker, Doward to Weston. The long handball out to the running 12-3. Doesn't sit properly for him. He does it well, however. has Hodgman in the forward pocket. He'll steady, kick for goal. It's not accurate. In fact, it's right across the face of goals. The two number 5s, Stasinowski and Peter Carey, having a duel. Peter Carey giving away the free kick. Stazza on the last line of defence. Will boot Norwood out of trouble. As I mentioned earlier, it's been a great second half, and Peter Mead imposing a 15-metre penalty as Stazza plays on quickly to David Armour. He in turn goes short to Adler in the centre of the ground. Glenelg have given up. Adler goes to the half-forward flank. Lehu, Sorotsky, but Lehu being paid the mark. In turn to Greenslade. He hasn't given up. He's been one of Glenelg's better players today. Goes towards centre wing, kick number 12. The ball out of bounds, and a throw-in will take place. Out of side, centre wing position. 28 and a half minutes into the final term. McVicker, Dowwood, McVicker with the tap to Farquhar, to the half-forward flank, copping up high, as was Johnny Wynn. Jimmy Teal overruns it. Paul Weston, ball to ground. Players going in hard, but umpire Peter Mead will call for a bounce down just on the forward side of centre. 13-18 Norwood, Glenelg 8 goals 11.
Must be only about a minute left of play, and there's some tired players out there. They've given their all. For Norwood it means the preliminary final. For the Bays it means mothballs. Stamper back in defence. A fine player all day. A handball he couldn't get away on that occasion. Till supports him, however. Has more run than the Bay player. Sorts out Jenkins, who used his body well to take the mark at centre half back. Danny Jenkins. Interesting situation. Adler runs it out of defence. A long one. Kuhlman lumbering back in defence. Big Hugo right on his hammer. The big fella still raising a gallop. Presses him all the way. And even though he knew he couldn't catch him, he did it well.
I think Norwood ought to pay a big tribute to Michael Ace today. What a game he's played, and Michael Taylor also has put in another big one.
Woodcock on the half-forward line, back to the man that Peter Marker's talking about, Ace. And again, Taylor on the lead, Sorotsky, and Norwood are doing it oh so easy. Oh, Gallagher didn't really need it then. The handball wasn't on, but he butters up again. He'll need support this time, gets it from Woodcock. He's got nowhere to go. Gives a long handball over to a teammate who's under pressure as well. McFarlane held back and will win the free kick on the half-back line. That is, if he can get up to take it, he looks to be clanged. McFarlane, one of the better running players of the Bays. And there's the siren to end the first semi-final here at Football Park. Neil Baum, a very happy coach, as Norwood has won out winners. 13 goals, 80, 96 to Glenelg, 87, 59.